Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pure English Practice. This is our free pronunciation class for learners and teachers of the world, anyone interested in spoken English. I'm here with Color Vowel and the Color Vowel chart behind me. This is our brain-based, brain-friendly way of learning and improving spoken English. So, welcome. I'd love to start with some introductions just to hear some voices in the room. And so now that we've used the chat to warm up a little bit, I'd love to hear. So Sachiko, where are you calling from?
From Japan.
Great. So let's add a phrase that everybody can use. I'm calling from Japan. How about that?
I'm calling from Japan.
Great.
I'm calling from Japan.
Yes, beautiful. And I use calling because it's kind of old fashioned, but that used to be what we'd say with radio shows. People would actually call on their phone. So I'm using that kind of that verb there, calling, like a phone call. Yeah. And I'm also using calling because today's topic is non-moving vowel sounds, and calling or calling is one of those. Ah, everyone try that ah position and just hold it calling. Yeah,
Call.
good. So we'll use that. So Sachiko, you're calling from Japan, another great non-mover. We'll come back to it. Frank, where are you calling from? You'll need to unmute yourself. There we go.
From Detroit.
Hi, Frank.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Good. Where
I'm
are you
coming
calling
from
from?
I'm coming from Sterling Heights,
Great. Sterling Heights,
from
is that a
Michigan.
city?
Yeah, city in Michigan.
In Michigan. Great. So try this, and everyone can try this for a moment. I'm calling from Sterling Heights, Michigan.
I'm coming from Sterling Heights, Michigan.
Great. So what we're doing with our hand, everybody, and Frank, is we're creating more time. That is what an English listener expects. So with Michigan, try that. Michigan, go.
Michigan. Michigan.
Yeah. These tiny microseconds of stress create a different experience for your listener. So instead of Michigan, it's Michigan. And this is sort of the center of the chart. What color is Michigan? Michigan. And Frank, you're not alone. Everyone can join in here. What color is Michigan? Anyone hear it? I'll show my chart up close for anyone who's new. And I think Wendy's in the room. Wendy, if
I
you would
am.
post a link to the interactive chart for people, they can open the chart in a nice big format for themselves. That'd be great. All right, Michigan, 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 We want to match it with a color on the chart. It will help us find it in our mouth.
Oh, silver pin.
Silver.
Yeah,
Silver
that's
pen.
right. Good. Everyone try that. Silver pin, Michigan. Frank?
Silver pin, Michigan.
Sounds great. The timing sounds good. The vowel sounds good, right? And the word is now very much at home with me. Beautiful. All right. Let's see who else we have in the room. I'd love to hear from, let's see. Dorley, I know you're from a state with a big moving vowel, so we'll save you for next week. Let's see. Susan, also moving vowel. I know where you are. Lee May, where are you? Where are you calling from?
Hi guys, I'm calling from Shanghai, China.
Great. I'm calling from Shanghai, China. Try that.
I'm calling from Shanghai, China.
Great. We're just getting used to the time of English, right? It makes it more listenable. Wonderful. Well done. Mira, where are you calling from? Here we go. Let's try again. I know you're close. Okay, you're still muted, but while you work on that, I will ask Irfan. Okay, and I see you're unmuted. And then Irfan, you're next. Mira, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the Czech Republic.
Great. I'm calling from the Czech Republic. Great. Czech Republic. I love it. What colors are those words? I'm calling from the Czech Republic.
Gray day. Gray day.
Let's look. For Czech, what color is Czech? Czech.
Check.
Czech. Did you
check.
say gray day?
Yeah.
Okay, if it were gray, it would be Czech.
Uh-huh.
Czech.
Gray.
Czech. I'm hearing you say Czech.
Check.
This would be Czech. Are they the same or are they different?
No, they are different.
Okay, so what color do you want now?
Gray. Check.
I'll give you a hint. It's very close by.
Purple shirt? No.
Okay, that would be chirk.
Chirk.
Chirk. This is Czech. Chirk.
Check.
Czech. Try moving down just one category.
Silver pin?
Okay, that would be chick, like a baby chicken. Chick, check, chick. That's close. Check. So what we're going to do, everybody, this is beautiful, Mira. Can I borrow this as an example?
Yeah, sure.
Great. So this is a place in the mouth that's up high near green, and this is the inside of our mouths. I'm just going to remind you, it looks like this inside the mouth, right? So if you take an arm, everybody, and we come up to green, we can start with that nice green smiling sound, E, E. And if you lower the jaw just very slightly and slowly, E, E, I'm going to do that again without stopping. Yeah. Good. So we can hear how the sound is changing as we lower our jaw. And the sound we're looking for is cha. So
Well,
now
I
look at my
think
mouth. Is it
we
high
are
or
looking
low, Mira?
for red pepper.
Yes. Now try that all the way through. Try red pepper
Red
check.
pepper check.
Yes.
Red pepper check.
Yes. Well done. Now I'm
Czech
curious because
Republic.
yes, Czech Republic. We'll come to Republic. I want to know, Mira, because you come to class often and I know you a little bit. What was surprising about red for you? Was that a surprise that Czech is a red sound?
Well, to be honest, I was a bit confused because I couldn't connect to the meeting. So
Oh, well, there you go.
I had issues with my technique.
Okay.
Therefore, I was a bit confused.
Okay, all right. We'll put it to we'll blame it on tech. It's fine. All
I
right.
hope I will get better.
Oh no, you're doing great. So I want you to know how close these two vowel sounds are. And everybody, this is the topic of today's session, actually. It's the difference between, here we are, this sound A versus
Right.
eh.
And,
Okay. And so we are interested today in what makes red very red. Okay. That is a non-moving sound. What that means is that it's one position in the mouth. So let's all strike a pose. We're all going to look red for just a minute, right here in the camera. Are you ready? Okay, ready, set, go. Good. Okay, it looks pretty good. It looks kind of like good. I see Susan, for example. She's right here. It's not really a big smile like E. E often has, you know, we think of a smile with it, or E. It's a little lower. And we can hold this as long as we want. As long as we have breath, we can produce this red sound. Ready? Breathe in. And then we run out of breath, but it's been a red sound the whole time. And that's the special quality of these non-moving sounds, is that they are one position and that you can hold them. Okay, great. So now let's pay attention to republic. That was the second word of your country. We have Czech Republic. Republic is that. Yeah, what color?
Czech.
Czech Republic. I'll show you my chart again so we can look at it together. Republic. Czech
Czech,
Republic.
Republic, Czech,
And while we're listening to Mira figure it out, he's trying on colors, right? Check. If you want to, we can do this. If it were green, for example, which it's not, but let's just try it. If it were green, it would be Republic, Republic, right? And if it were blue, what would it be? How would that sound? Republic, 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 because we know where the stress is. Republic is the sound. Republic. Okay. So Republic is not the same as Republic. Now that we're listening, you can use the chat if anyone who's eager to put it out there. But also listening is a great way to go. Yes. I see. That's right, Janine. So we have three syllables. Mira, you can listen for a moment. Janine, we do have three syllables. We have re, pub, and lick, but notice that it's one stress. It's not republic or republic, but rather republic, republic, So what color is that? What do you think, Mira?
Republic. Well, to be honest, I have no clue.
Okay. Well, this is a wonderful moment then, because what we want to notice is that color vowels are about the stressed syllable. And I'm hearing this mustard sound a lot, and I'll stop sharing so you can just listen for a minute. Listen to that again. Everyone try. We'll do 3 times and we'll catch the vowel with our hands. Ready? Republic, republic, and that sound, is what we hear in a cup of mustard, So we will call that a mustard word. And the significance of this is big because this is how listeners of English listen. This is how we catch a word. If we don't hear that stressed color, it's difficult for us to hear what you're saying. Okay? This is a good opportunity to now warm up with the chart. I know you're curious, and maybe now we have a new lens on how this works. Okay, here we are. Please mute yourselves so that we can only hear. Mira, you can stay on. I'd like you to be my repeater, please.
Okay.
So he will be my repeater. Everyone else should be muted. And let's see, I want to find my participants. Wendy, I am making you a co-host so that you can manage that for me, please. Thank you. All right, here we go, everybody. Ready? We're muted. Maria, Frank, could you go ahead and mute yourselves just so you can speak out loud? That's why. I didn't say that. Speak out loud with me and be sure you are muted. And only Mira will be speaking aloud and you'll match him. Ready? Okay. E. Green tea, E. Mira.
Green tea, E.
Good, I'll follow you. Silver pin, I.
Silver pin, E.
Great. Gray day, A.
Gray day, A.
Red pepper, eh.
Red pepper, A.
Black cat, ah.
Black cat, A.
Olive sock, ah.
Olive sock, A.
Auburn dog, aw.
Auburn dog, A.
Turquoise toy, oi.
Turquoise, toy, oi.
Orange door, or.
Orange door, or.
Rose boat, o.
Rose boat, O.
Wooden hook,
Wooden hook, O.
Good. Blue moon, Ooh.
Blue moon, ooh.
Nice. A cup of mustard,
A cup of mustard,
nice. Purple shirt,
Purple shirt,
nice. Brown cow, ow.
Brown cow, ow.
Nice. White tie, I.
White tie, I.
Beautiful work. Thank you very much, Mira. Well done.
Thank you.
Folks, what kinds of questions do you have right now, top of mind? Questions that you thought of while we were warming up? I'm looking in the chat. Okay. These are all of the vowel sounds of English. And today I'm going to spend time on a group of these. There are only two kinds. Some of these move in the mouth and some of these don't move in the mouth. Today's topic is the non-moving sounds, which are very interesting. And on Thursday at this very same time, we will explore the moving sounds. Okay, so take a look again. Here we are. Okay. The non-moving sounds on the chart are the same sounds that have no marks. They are simply a color and a phrase. You can see there are no other marks. The way that you find in, say, gray day, notice that there's a little Y mark there. We'll leave these for Thursday. I'll talk about it briefly today, but mostly we're going to focus on red, nice non-mover, another non-mover, silver. Try that. Silver. Okay. Another, I'd like to call on, let's see if we can hear a few people. Let's see who's in the room. Marta, I see you. If you would, go ahead and demonstrate black for us. Just black cat, ah.
Black cat, ah.
Yeah, notice everyone how Marta has a nice long, you can hear it and it doesn't change in its sound, that ah. How long can you hold it, Marta? Can you try?
Black cat, ah.
It all depends on how big a breath she took, okay? But notice it doesn't change in its quality. It might change in tone because we're running out of breath. Ah, but it's the same sound throughout. Well done. How about Susan Reynolds? Can I hear you? Susan Reynolds, I hear you in the room. Can you do a nice olive sock for us with a long, breathy ah?
Sure. Olive sock. Ah.
Good, we can hear that. Only the tone of the voice is falling because we run out of breath. Okay, great. How about a cup of mustard? I'd love to hear Kelly.
A cup of mustard.
Great. You know what? That sound reminds me of the sound we use in English to hesitate, like, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's that resting sound. It's where our tongue is most comfortable and our jaw is relaxed. Okay, good. How about this one? We've got wooden hook. Mark, you have a great voice. Mark Sherman, why don't I hear you with wooden hook and hold that?
Wooden hook.
Okay, great. Yeah, and once we're doing it, it's like I didn't have much breath when I did that. Everyone can try that. Good. Here, this is kind of a surprising vowel sound, but it is a vowel sound, and this is purple shirt. Notice I can just hold it. Okay, and that is a vowel sound of English. Okay, what makes it a vowel sound? The fact that it's not touching anything in my mouth. Okay, so a little different than many other languages. This is a vowel sound that is the R sound is a vowel. Okay, and finally, I'll put Auburn dog over here. Auburn dog, aw. Okay, great. New questions. Selena says, to me, the difficult sound is silver. Yeah, it is for many people, Selena. So let's address that. Okay, we can come over here to the chart. I'll use, and you know what? Actually, I'll take away my chart for a minute. I'll prove that we don't have to be looking at it all the time. We can put this in the body. Okay, so everyone try this now. Put your arm up and follow me like we were doing exercise class. And we're up with our big smile again, E, E, E. And this is that green sound. And you're just going to drop your jaw a little bit, okay? E, 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 E. Good. Now, Selena, is it Celine or Selena? I don't see you. Selena, do you want to try that? If you could unmute yourself, could we hear you? Start at green and you can follow my hand. You want to try? I'll give you a couple seconds to decide if you're going to unmute. Okay, if you won't, that's okay. Mirelis, hi. Mirelis, where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm calling from Merida, Venezuela.
Oh my gosh, Merida, Venezuela. I've been there. I love that place. Beautiful.
Oh,
Welcome.
wonderful.
All right.
Thank you.
Would you go ahead and, I know Selena will appreciate you doing this for us. We're here at the green, and I'd like you to come down. E, E, E.
E.
Ooh, that sounds nice and silver. Okay, that sounds silver. Does it sound silver to you, or does it sound green?
For me? To me?
Yeah.
It sounds silver.
Okay, great. So you've been doing
Maybe
some
not completely, but almost.
Yeah, it's a nice way to move into it without, even if you cannot hear the difference between, say, sheep and ship. If those sound the same to anybody, that's okay, because your brain is going to hear them as the same because of your first language. Okay, but we can move into that position by simply moving the jaw down. Yeah, okay. Great. Notice when you listen, everybody, to Mirelis, that it's not as low as eh.
It is in between green and red.
That's right. It is between, literally, it's between green and red. It is a lower jaw than green, and it is a higher jaw than red. Exactly. And so when I put the chart back up, we start to see that the chart is simply an illustration of where our, in this case, our jaw, how high is it? Okay. And the tongue is just behind the back of your teeth. It's touching your teeth. Yeah. Okay. And we can visit all of these sounds as we move down. Okay. There's only one that we'll visit next week, gray. That's another story. Okay. Beautiful.
Okay.
All right. I would like to see how this works out in words. So we're going to do a second warm-up, everybody, and then we'll play with those words. These are positive words. I find in this world, we always need to look for the positive, okay? So you'll hear several long words from these colors. Ready? Here we go. Just follow me. Everybody's muted. Brilliant. We're just starting on silver. Ready? Brilliant. You. Brilliant. Silver, pin, brilliant. Let me make my chart big again so you can look at those anchor phrases. Okay, so I'm saying a word, and then you're going to use the words in the anchor phrase. This is sort of the home phrase for each color. Here we go. Brilliant, brilliant. Silver, pin, brilliant. Excellent, excellent. Red, pepper, excellent. Fantastic, fantastic. Black cat, fantastic. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Olive sock, phenomenal. And awesome, awesome. Auburn dog, awesome. Good, good. Wooden hook, good. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. A cup of mustard, wonderful. And perfect, perfect. Purple shirt, perfect. I'd love to hear some other voices as we walk through those again. And I'll listen and I'll provide you with a little bit of adjustment. And teachers, we can do, you know, up here with applause, visual applause when it sounds right on, and kind of, you know, maybe some open hands when you want to talk about what you're hearing. Okay. All right. Selena, hello.
Hello, how are you? Sorry, I am a job.
Oh, okay. Do you want to take a turn?
Yes, please.
Okay, there we go. Beautiful.
Because
I'm going to give
somebody
you,
speak with me, I need to do that now. It's your work.
okay, I'll give you one turn and then you can mute again and do your work. But I'm so happy you're here with us. Try brilliant for me. Listen to it. Brilliant. Listen. Brilliant. Silver pin. Brilliant. Your turn, Selena.
You say brilliant, silver,
Brilliant. Yeah.
brilliant, silver pen, brilliant,
Brilliant.
brilliant,
Good. Everyone
brilliant,
use a hand. Everyone try that. Brilliant.
brilliant, 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 silver pen.
Beautiful. Yeah. So when we use that hand, again, we focus our voice and our time on the one syllable that is stressed in English. Selena, do you speak Spanish?
Yes.
Great. So Spanish, we have brillante, 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 yeah?
Yeah.
Brillante. So listen to it, everybody. It's a different kind of stress. Brillante, brillante. English is different. We use time instead of just the pitch, right? So we say brilliant. And for this reason, we're using that gesture, something in the body to remind the brain about time. So Selena, if you would just try brilliant.
Brilliant.
I can hear your hand, even though I cannot see you, right? Are you using it?
Yes, I use
Good.
it.
You're supposed to say yes. Good. It would have been embarrassing if you said no.
No,
All
I use
right.
it. Really, I use it.
Yeah.
Karen, I ask you something. I work sometimes I work in the front desk, and I have a member like I say silver member, but they say it's silver member. So I'm not sure what is the correct pronunciation with this word.
Okay. So you work at a front desk and there are different kinds of members. Maybe there are gold members and silver members.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. So you're asking a really neat question, whether it's silver member or silver member. Is that right?
That's right.
You know, that one's hard to predict. Teachers, you can weigh in on the chat, but I think it depends on what you hear your colleagues doing. If I were a new employee at the front desk, I would probably say, "Oh, you're a silver member." I would say silver member. I would compound it. Okay. The same way we would say,
Can I see like it's not pronounced the L like a silver member? That is correct.
yeah, we do pronounce the L. Okay, now I think I understand more. I think maybe you're saying something like silver,
Yeah.
and it makes your silver sound green because your tongue is way up here. So I want to try a different L for a minute. Try sill.
Still.
Yeah.
Still.
I'll model the two, how they're different. Sill, and it sounds like sil. And we want to have sill. Sill.
Still.
Yeah. These are two different L's. This is a very deep question about what's called light L when we are touching, and dark L where we might be touching, but the tongue is going lower in the back. Okay. So for you, Selena, let me hear it again. Silver.
Silver.
Ooh. Wasn't that kind of good, teachers? Okay, yeah, that was neat. We need that. We're listening. Okay. Again, Selena, say silver member.
Silver member.
Good. I heard a little more of the touch. It sounded fine, but
Yeah,
if you
when you
feel,
say I heard that. Yeah.
so there's silver and silver, where the L, your tongue is still here, but you really feel a lowering of, and the way you can do it, here's a trick. Everybody try this. Touch your tongue tip right behind your top teeth where you make la 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 la. Okay? Now, I want you to push hard with your tongue against that ridge, and you'll feel the back of your tongue go down. Oh, you feel that? Oh. And so watch. Oh, oh. I can feel it when I press it, and it changes the sound. Everyone can try that. Oh, oh. And that is the dark L. And it comes at the end of a syllable. Silver. So let's try it one more time, Selena. A silver member.
Silver member.
Yeah. So you'll want to play with that a little bit.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
know.
I need to help somebody else. Sorry.
Okay, great. That was great. Thank you. We'll help someone else too. Beautiful. All right, let's hear someone else. Hi, Nat. I got to see you in when I visited your city not long ago. Nice to see you. Could we just have a little model of excellent, red pepper, excellent? Go.
Excellent. Red pepper, excellent.
Great. Yeah, it was excellent seeing Nat when I visited her in Canada. It was so much fun. We came down. I hear her doing this. Yeah, Notice that she's not up here in silver. She's down in red and not in black, right? Nat, was there a point where red and black were interesting to you, sounding very similar?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a point.
Yeah, there was a point, right?
There was a point. Now, not anymore, but there was a point back in the day.
Back in the day. And your first language is?
Russian.
Yeah. So for Russian speakers, these two are similar. For Spanish speakers, these two are similar, silver and green, right? So if you're a speaker of Russian and also unrelated language, but Portuguese, these two will sound similar, right? Great. And so how do you think about them now, or is it pretty automatic for you, Nat? And what's your trick?
What's my trick? I don't know. It just was a lot of practice. I don't really know what to say. So I first listened. I did the ear training. I listened to lots of minimal pairs. Those are words where you compare two words that have a difference of only one sound, say man versus men. Things like that, but the a sound is very changeable. I wouldn't say I never make errors. I know how to self-correct. I know when listeners don't understand me because I probably mispronounced a sound. I may misunderstand speakers with no context occasionally, if like really there is no context. And also the e versus a is very variable in American English in general. So I'd say different speakers say the same sound differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tricky pair.
It is. One thing we can always come back to is one simple thing, which is that this is a lower jaw. If that you can produce a lower jaw and a bigger smile, and that will make a difference. So
I would say the main difference, and for me, what I was trying to follow that instruction, like lots of teachers try to tell me, oh, just a lower jaw. I mean, that's generally true, but what really made it for me is that actually there's at least for me, maybe not for other speakers, I don't know, but for me it works. So there's an upper lip engagement in the ah. If you don't, guys, engage the upper lip, it's no matter how, at least for me, no matter how low the jaw goes, it's still gonna sound either like ah, like if you overdo it, or like eh, if you underdo it. So
nice.
You kind of need to engage, and it shouldn't be extreme. Just a little bit of engagement goes a long way. I'm not sure what muscles activate or something.
Beautiful.
I guess maybe the tongue.
Well, we could play with that. I'll give that some food for thought for me too. I think an important piece there is we're going to play with it. We'll find an exaggeration, and then once you hear it and start noticing it, you can start to relax it. Okay. I know a lot of North American English speakers will feel embarrassed if we say, this kind of, it's a kind of not a very attractive sound. So we can dial it back. We can come into a smaller place, and say laugh instead of laugh, right? But if you feel that extreme version, that gives you the sound for your brain to start recognizing the black sound. So try this, everyone. If we come up at green again, we can now come all the way down to black. Yeah, And you'll know you're in black because This is a very extreme swing. You want to be smiling as much as possible and maintain as big a smile as you can while coming down. We'll be producing the very exaggerated version. Okay, this is not the normal natural version, but you will hear it. That's what I want you to experience. Ready? Yeah, black cat, Now, do I walk around saying, do you have any apples? No, I don't do that. But the sound, now I can start to relax while maintaining the sound. Okay. And if you are, say, again, you're having difficulty here, we'll want to kind of anchor yourself, practice, and then you can relax. Okay. Beautiful. I'd love to hear a couple more. Speaking of Olive, by the way. So I see Sachiko. I haven't heard your voice much today. Here's an olive sock word for you. And you can listen and then repeat. I know it's your favorite. So olive, sock, phenomenal. Go.
Olive sock, phenomenal.
Great. Now you were kind of laughing. What made you laugh about olive sock?
Because always I get confused with olive sock and auburn dog.
Okay.
I think I can hear the difference, but I don't think I can differentiate when I speak by myself. And
Great.
then,
Well,
yeah.
you and I can go to dinner because I think I can differentiate when I speak, but I can't hear the difference. Okay, so I say this very honestly, everybody. Not everybody has a place for Auburn dog in their brain. I don't. I come from a Californian Western US English, and I don't have this sound in my inventory. Okay, Sachiko, I want you to know today that you don't need to worry about Auburn dog because you're in the right area. This one area is completely comprehensible.
Okay.
Whether you're
Olive
making
sock, auburn dog. Okay.
Okay, Sachiko, do you want to master Auburn dog? You want to
Not
learn how to
sure
do
if I
it?
want to master, but I can practice.
Okay, let's do it. Everybody can do this. Everyone we're going to start with black. And this whole practice is along the bottom, okay? So the difference between these three is, and I'll make my screen big again. And
Should
then
I
we're going
mute
to be,
myself?
yeah.
Or am I still?
No, I want to hear you. Okay, so
Okay.
we're here. We're going to cross the smile line. This is the smile line. So we're
Ah.
Now you're going to, this is the lip line. So we're going to cross the lip line.
Black, olive, auburn.
Great. So ow.
Ow.
Nice.
I narrowed. I mean, like I put my chin lower.
Yeah. Okay, that was super fun. Everyone can applaud that. That was really cool. Yeah. So we can manipulate our mouths to make sounds that are unfamiliar to us. And I can produce it because I've learned to do this. But it's not a sound that is different. It's not different from olive for me. It will always be the same sound as olive for me. Okay. All right. So that's a little aha there. And these are all non-moving vowels, right? That's part of what makes them sound so similar, along with them being low. Okay. Beautiful. Folks, we're going to finish with a bit of pure practice. I want to thank all of our volunteers today. We never know where we'll go because this is a responsive lesson. So when somebody comes with a question, we address that question. Every class is different. I hope you'll join us for Thursday's class on moving vowels. We have some pretty fun ways to decide how much do they move, where do they start, where do they go. They're a really special category of vowels that we'll have a lot of fun with, okay? Okay, quick game and then some pure practice. So my quick game is I'm going to cover my mouth and you're going to decide what color I am producing. Okay, so here we go. I'm nice and big. Okay, here, ready? It's going to be one of these. That's how you can choose. Ready? Put it in the chat. Ready? Same one. Uh-huh. Exactly. Well done. So I'm not going to make the sound. I'm just making the position. Well done. We can see this with our eyes, right? Remy, you were very close, right? The difference would be if I was here, watch. The other way I could do it would be, no, I do have to open a little bit more, okay? Next one. This is, again, is, I'm going to expand the area. It's now anywhere here or here. You ready? Olive sock. Exactly. Olive sock. Okay. So, good. Last one. You guys are good. It could have been wooden. Exactly. So this the position, it depends on my tongue. Watch. I'll just move my tongue. So the lips are not the only determiner about this. Okay. We can spend a little time next week, but that was pretty cool how some of you caught purple and some of you caught wooden. Well done. All right. I'm going to finish up with, again, something happy. I find we need lots of happiness these days. We always do, right? This is pure English practice. This is the part where you simply join me on a rhythmic exercise, and I will remove my spotlight. We don't need that, but we can watch. So do what I do and say what I say. This will be about maybe 1 minute, okay? So we have coffee, coffee, olive, sock, coffee. Try that again. Coffee, coffee, olive, sock, coffee. Good. Book, book, wooden hook, book. Non-mover. Book, book, wooden hook, book. Good. And a cup, a cup, a cup of mustard, a cup. One more time. A cup, a cup, a cup of mustard, a cup. Now we go. A cup of coffee, a cup of coffee, a cup of coffee. A little faster. A cup of coffee. Good. A good book, a good book, a good book, a good book. One more time. A cup of coffee, a good book, a cup of coffee, a good book. Here. A good book, a good book, a cup of coffee, a good book. Right. A cup of coffee and a good book. Get that little part. A cup of coffee and a good book. A good book, a good book, a cup of coffee and a good book. Here we go. A cup of coffee and a good book. A cup of coffee and a good book. Try this. They make me happy. They make me happy. A cup of coffee and a good book. One more time. A cup of coffee and a good book. A cup of coffee and a good book. They make me happy. They make me happy. A cup of coffee and a good book. Whew. I'd love to hear one person. I'm going to start with Dorley because I know she can do this. See if you had enough coffee. A cup of coffee and a good book. Your turn.
A cup of coffee and a good book.
Great. They make me happy. They make me happy. A cup of coffee and a good book. Your turn.
They make me happy. They make me happy. Cup of coffee and a good book.
Great. All right. The whole chant. Anyone want to try that? Janine, you want to try that? I think Janine's new today, so this will be her debut, right? A cup of coffee, if you want to unmute, we'll want to hear you. A cup of coffee and a good book. Your turn.
A cup of coffee and a good book.
Great. Now notice, everyone, how we could do this two different ways. Janine is a speaker of English, and I was saying a cup of coffee and a good book. Oh, let's see what's going on here.
Sorry, we're at school and the break's being called.
Oh, that's you. Great. So Janine, it's great. You can mute again. But notice you can say a cup of coffee and a good book, nice and slow, or and a good book. So we can spend more time next week on this, but everyone try it one more time. A cup of coffee and a good book. A cup of coffee and a good book. They make me happy. They make me happy. A cup of coffee and a good book. Well done. All right. We're finishing up. I want to show you a couple things going on. This is important. Some of the little individual work that I did today is the kind of thing that we do in our course, Pure English Practice. That course is open for registration and it starts in August. We only take 10 students in that course and we already have several seats filled. I'm going to share that with you here. Okay. So this is Speak Confidently. In that course, we have up to 10 students. Each student has a private coach who works closely with them. Okay, I'm going to give you those links right now over here in the chat. If you register before July 15th, you will get that lower early bird price. Okay, it is an intense course. That means it involves quite a bit of work. But it is also pretty wonderfully beneficial. If you've been in that course or if you've coached in that course, drop a comment in the chat to let people know what that has been like. Has it been positive for you and why? Okay. A couple comments about this course. This is for advanced learners. If you are an advanced learner who's also an English teacher, this is especially for you. Okay, so this is for non-native speakers of English who want to explore confidence through storytelling and private coaching, a customized coaching, and that lasts for 5 weeks total. Okay, if you are a teacher, you will want to get trained if you haven't already. If you've been trained, drop another line about what level 1 did for you. Okay, I'm going to drop that link in here. Basics is our introductory video course. You can always start with the basics, but the way that you get to full training is by combining basics with a level 1 practicum. We have 3 cohorts left this year, July, October, and November. When you go to that link, you will find all of these courses, okay? The best way is to bundle them. You bundle basics with one of the practica, okay? And you'll see those bundles in the link that I provided you. Thank you, Remy, for being here, okay? Questions, you can always find us and message us through colorvowel.com. Okay, so this is for teachers, and this is for, we've got our course for learners who may also be teachers or just learners. Okay? You don't have to be a teacher to take this course. You can simply be a learner. If you understand me easily now and you have some strong technology skills, okay, we use a lot of technology. It's an online course. We use video, we use WhatsApp, we use a tool for posting our videos. So some technology skills are needed in this course, okay? I'll open for questions, everybody. And again, this one you'll want to register before July 15th to keep that nice low price, okay? Questions and comments. I'll take specific vowel questions or language questions or about color vowel questions. Great. Vlada, you're going to take Speak Confidently in August. That's wonderful. Great.
Oksana, hi.
Say it again. Oh, sure. I didn't.
It's Oksana. Hello,
yeah.
Karen.
Hi, Oksana. I was like, Vlada. Good. Oksana.
Yeah.
Great.
The
Oksana,
same Oksana.
Yeah, Oksana, tell folks why you're taking it a second time.
This time I have different purpose because I want to check on myself. I want to test myself how I improve for during this year of learning with a color vowel chart.
That's
Before
right.
I was know about color vowel chart, I couldn't speak. I couldn't hear a difference between those sounds. Now I still can perfectly produce maybe them, but I can clearly hear when you spoke, when native speakers speak, I can hear every 16 sounds. So this time I want to see how I improved during this 8 or 9 months or year since then. So it's a kind of challenge to me and test. And I want more practice. I would like to have more practice with you. I would love, because I love coach, I like Keenan, I like you, and I like approach a lot. It's working. In my case, it's working dramatically, I would say. I got confidence. Maybe my English not perfect, and it maybe never will be, but I got confident. I become confident and excited about the
You've made my
opportunity.
day. You've made my
Yeah.
day. Yeah, that's what the course is for, everyone. And Oksana made amazing progress during that course. Like she said, she came in without a real sense of how these sounds all differed. And by the end, she was categorizing. She knew how they sound and she could hear them. And now coming back for more. The course is different each time we offer it because we use a different theme each time. Okay. More about that when I send out another reminder about that. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Wendy was a coach in that course. That's right. Raise your hand if you've been a coach in this course. Yeah, the coaches have gone through extensive training. They've been through level 1, through most of level 2 at this point, and then they are mentored coaches. So you're working with some of the most expert color vowel coaches out there. It's an incredible scene. Yeah, wonderful. Other questions? Yeah, thank you, Wendy, for facilitating all that in the chat. Okay. All right, folks, I'm so happy to have you here. I will be sending out another email with this recording and links to these courses. Contact me if you have questions. We look forward to seeing you in July if you're a teacher, maybe, or maybe later in the year. If you're a student, we look forward to seeing you possibly in Speak Confidently. Okay. Join me on Thursday for part 2 of this lesson. It starts getting very interesting once we start moving in the mouth space. Sounds kind of strange, but it's fun. All right. See you then. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Be well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, nice. I like that. Mark says it's intriguing. Green tea, intriguing.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Karen. See you later.
Oh, thank you, Marta. See you soon. Very soon.
Yeah, actually.
That's right. If anyone has a lingering question, I'll stop.